growth, creating change. Here in the heart of Kansas City, we come together to create this hour of shared reflection so that we might be renewed in courage for these times and inspired to lives of greater dignity, higher purpose, deeper generosity, and more effective action. May the words and music and images that we offer today nourish our best selves, calling forth abundant wisdom and love, a love that has the power to overcome both loneliness in the heart and oppression in the world. Welcome to our service.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Thank you. I'm Scott Hensey, and I'm a proud member here of All Souls. Whether you are here with us in the room or watching online, we are glad you're here. Your presence enriches all of us and our time together. We are a Unitarian Universalist congregation. Our tradition is a large tent with room for many beliefs and approaches to the questions that matter. It is our values of inclusion, compassion, and justice that hold us together. We seek to build the beloved community, making room for everyone and creating a world where everyone's needs are met. You may be new here this morning. Welcome. We know that your first time attending a church, you might want to keep a low profile. Just check things out quietly. Well, we're glad you're here. And if you're excited to let us know that you're here, we invite you to raise your hand at this time. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for enriching all of us with your presence today. Whoever you are, whomever you love, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, you are welcome here. Whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears, you're welcome here. You're invited to join us with an open mind, a loving heart, and willing hands. We welcome you today.
I am the Reverend Erin Dyka Holly, the lead minister here at All Souls.
And I am Anthony Edwards, the Director of Music and Worship Arts.
For millennia, people have dreamed that the world could be without strife, without hunger, without unmet needs, where people all know love and care and safety and peace. We and all of our ancestors have sought justice, for rights and fair compensation, for peace, liberty, and happiness, for freedom to practice or not practice religion as to our own conscience.
Each and every Sunday, we raise our voices in song. And on this Music Sunday, we celebrate music in the life of this congregation by bringing our voices together in strength and purpose. We sing from our hearts, using our harmonies as we weave them together to form our passion and finding the comfort to go on.
Our service this morning is a collection of music that evokes this desire for justice. The choir shares the music, and members of the choir share their own reflections on the presence of justice and its call in their own lives.
One of the voices we will lift up today is that of poet Paul Laurence Dunbar. In his 1893 poem, pointedly titled, justice. He writes, enthroned upon the mighty truth within our confines of the laws, true justice seeth not the man, but only hears his cause. Unconscious of his creed or race, she cannot see, but only weighs. For justice with unbandaged eyes would be oppression in disguise.
In this space together, let us feel that call deep within, the call to let justice roll, the call that keeps us connected and directed in our work together, the call to create a world that throughout history has been a dream. Let us be inspired to bring it into reality.
Our chalice lighting words today are by Yanni Yandel. We light this flame to ignite the sacred power of justice. We light this flame so it may become a beacon of hope. In the moments of uncertainty, fear, anxiety, and the unknown, we light this flame and are emboldened by its blaze. Knowing our strength as a prophetic and powerful people is rooted in the diverse ways we answer the call to love. Please rise in spirit or body to join the reading of our covenant and for the following song. Together we affirm goodwill is the spirit of this church, and service is its law. This is our great congregation, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth for love, and to help one another.
I don't normally get to have the choir facing me while we sing hymns. You all sound great. I would like to invite the young and the young at heart to come join me up front. We have a picture book that I'm probably going to ask you questions about while we go through it. Yes, Skippy. Ooh. I might hurt myself if I try to skip on the stairs, though. Okay. So this book is called Sometimes People March, and it is by Tessa Allen. All right. That's a lot of people. That's important, isn't it? So can we have the first page? Yes. Sometimes ants march. Sometimes bands march. And sometimes people march. Have you ever been there when people have marched? You have, Coco. Okay. All right, Cammie.
I see the holiday marching band.
You see the holiday marching bands, yes. Okay.
I've seen people march, but not a marching band.
That's okay. There are different things for marching.
But I have seen a lot of ants march.
You've seen a lot of ants march, yes. So marching is something people do together when they want to resist injustice or when they notice the need for change. What need for change do you see in that picture? Coco?
People.
You see people, okay. Jude?
The ocean.
It needs to be cleaned. The ocean has trash in it. Yeah?
They need to pick up the trash.
They need to pick up the trash. And maybe, okay, go ahead, Fiona.
And they need to plant more trees.
Okay, they need to plant more trees. Yeah?
There's a factory in the background that's creating smoke.
There's a factory in the background that's creating smoke. Because not only do people need to pick up the trash, but maybe we need to stop having it end up in the ocean. So we're going to keep moving on. People march for many reasons. People march for the things they care about and the people they love. People march for the health of their bodies and the communities and the world. So there they are back on the beach. Protect water so that they're marching for the health of their bodies and the communities of the world, which include our communities of animals, right? People march for the freedom to love and live and learn. Sometimes people carry signs to share their stories of resistance. Can you read what any of those signs say? Yeah.
We are the 99%.
Okay.
I am a man.
Okay. What do you see, Cammie?
I see a sign that says, vote for welcome.
Vote. Oh, votes for women. That's from a long time ago, yeah. Fiona?
Stop the war.
Stop the war. Okay, one more.
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter. So these are all signs that are things that people are upset about or that they're trying to have change to make them come true. All right. People resist in many ways. Sometimes people resist with their voices. So we've got the person in the wheelchair saying that this is what democracy looks like, which is a chant that we often chant when we go to marches. Sometimes people resist with their voices. Then we've got the other one that says, this is what democracy looks like.
That kind of looks like they're saying for the words.
And they might resist with words. We've got the typewriter that shows all of these words.
They do not read because they're too tiny.
Yep. And they might resist with songs or art. And the reason I'm going to point out the songs is that during the service today, the choir is going to sing songs about resistance and justice. Okay, moving on. People resist with meetings. Yes, everybody's favorite thing, right? Meetings are necessary to actually bring the work together, right? Okay. We're going to move on. Thank you for expressing your opinions on meetings. I kind of like them. They resist by standing up, or sitting down, or taking a knee. It isn't always easy. Feet get tired. Arms get tired holding those signs, and hearts and hopes get tired. And right now there's been a lot going on that we have to resist. And for a lot of us, our hearts and our hopes are getting tired. So sometimes we do things like come to church to try to have our hearts uplifted. And sometimes the problems seem too big or complex, and there's a whole lot going on in there, isn't there?
You have to walk up all those stairs, Mom. You have to walk up a lot of stairs and then try to unlock that locked door.
Mm-hmm.
Go up into that factory.
Right?
The person who's running it, and then you're gonna have to clean up all that trash.
It's a lot. I don't know how many of you heard what Jude just expounded upon, but he interpreted that image very well. But we do not march alone. Ants are stronger together, because a single ant could not pick up that piece of watermelon, right?
Not even.
But look they've got a bunch of ants, and they can.
How many?
I don't know how many it takes. It's kind of like how many licks to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
How many ants does it have to take a whole melon?
To do a whole watermelon. I have no idea, but it's many.
I would think 1,900.
Okay, we've got 1,950. We also have 50. I'm taking bids. Yep. 100, 1,000. Okay.
1,340,000.
Whew, we got some big numbers. Bring this energy to next year's auction. So, bands are louder together, just like our choir is louder when they're all singing at the same time. And people are more powerful together. Sometimes from feelings of fear or anger or injustice comes the hope for change.
And then it has the red bar, and then it has the
Mm-hmm. And sometimes great change starts small, with one brave question. Maybe your question, a question that calls people together, and together we find the courage to march. So that is our book this morning. And I will now ask the entire congregation and choir to sing all of you to your classes. Thank you for this time together. What?
Take my hand. Join me as we press forward. Take my hand as we move with unrelenting speed towards a new world, one that we breathed and forged together. A place where all are welcomed. A true community. Take my hand. Join me as we infuse freedom, weave compassion, embody the brilliance. See, this is what happens when we fashion a world centered in love. This is not a walk in the park, nor for the faint of heart. This is a journey. All are invited to take part, where we reach deep down, reach down past comfortable, reach down past what's superficial, reach down where past and present pain overflows. Reach past the temporary to bring hope and healing that will endure. We will reach back to pass the torch, each of us a spark, but together a flame that roars. Take my hand, and then take another's, for this is what you are called for, to walk down this broken road, to demand that every voice is heard, to forge a world where justice is assured.
When we walk in the shadow of death, the shadow of death, the shadow of death. When we walk in the shadow of death, the shadow of death, the shadow of death. Reach me low and live. Reach me low and live. Reach me low and live.
for justice. This is poking me, right? Okay. When I was asked to provide my reflections on justice, I was with my best friend in Bethesda, Maryland. I turned to her and asked her, well, what do you think justice is? Is it revenge? Is it a courtroom drama? Okay, me and MD and she a PhD, we had to go to the dictionary. So the primary definition, I knew it was a good definition, is justice is fairness and impartiality. The quality of being impartial, reasonable, and treating people fairly without bias or prejudice. I immediately thought of my ancestors. I am a Mayflower descendant, just 35 million of us. My ancestors were Puritans. They were Protestants. Puritans believed and practiced moral rightness, fairness, equality, and community service. They initially risked their lives to establish a Puritan community in America, to live their moral and religious life free of persecution. Then my grandfathers fought the tyranny in the American Revolution. My grandfathers fought in the Union to save our country and abolish slavery. My father fought fascism in World War II. My grandmothers stoically cared for their families and made certain that they were fed, washed, scrubbed, and dressed for Sunday school and church. They served their community through their churches, making meals, sewing quilts, or knitting sweaters and hats. I was raised in the Christian church, which is a branch of the Puritans, like the Unitarians are. Service to the community and to the world was emphasized, along with the moral beliefs. I became a physician and dedicated myself to the care of my community. I was board certified in internal medicine, geriatrics, and hospice and palliative care. After my residency in internal medicine, I served with the National Public Health Service in Weeping Water, Nebraska. I wept in Weeping Water. This was during the farm crisis of the mid-1980s. Many of the farmers did not have insurance and would only see me if things become dire. Their untreated hypertension led to kidney failure, heart disease, strokes. If they had insurance, these life-threatening conditions would have been prevented. For the remainder of my career, I tried to find an ideal practice. In my last years, I served at Truman Medical Center, renamed University Physicians. I love Truman Hospital, though. And their mission was, or is, university health physicians provide quality and compassionate health care in an environment of academic excellence. In my own experience, we treated anyone who came to our door. Criminals, the homeless, the uninsured, the illegal immigrants. Now I am proud that my daughter works as a nurse at Truman. In 1994, I was honored to be elected by the Missouri chapter of the American College of Physicians to represent the specialty of internal medicine to work with Hillary Clinton on universal health care. I was so excited. But after 3 days of educational seminars, speeches, meeting with my congressman, reality set in. We physicians are respected, but we don't have power. We don't have money. That we make a good income, but we don't have the power money. We can't influence policy. The powerful and wealthy insurance companies and pharmaceuticals called the shots. Also, the American public thought universal health care was socialist, even communist. It failed, and it continues to be a battle. But I believe we citizens of the United States should have the basic right to health care. My blood boils when I witness injustice. I am the blood and bones of my ancestors. The recent years have made me angry. My ancestors are rolling in their graves. I hear them calling out, justice. And they tell me, don't despair. Fight back, speak out, stand up. All of us at All Souls are Protestants.
I just learned something quite unfortunate that means I get to call the city tomorrow morning. Apparently, they have decided that all of the places along here and across the street next to what had been the hotel are now no parking on Sunday mornings. So, if you are parked in that area, I'm letting you know that the cops are here. Their plan is if they see progress of cars moving, they will wait to ticket anything until after the service. So if some of you feel like stepping out and moving your car, we don't want anybody here to get a ticket, so that's why I had to interrupt. I apologize, Anthony.
I don't know about you, but that song stirs up a righteous anger in me that makes me want to storm somewhere and tear down the twisted, selfish systems of oppression and hierarchy that we live with and build back something better, something caring, something of the love that we experience here. The text from that comes from a poem written by Walt Whitman in the early days of the Civil War. And it's not hard to imagine something of what that poem must have stirred up for people then. I think of some of my first experiences feeling that righteous anger stirred up in the company of others. At protests, shouting some of the slogans from the book earlier, from the children's book. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. And then I think of a few years later, shouting, no justice, no peace. I'm sure many of you have shouted that too. No justice, no peace. As I repeated those words, they became a promise that I made to myself. And it's a promise I didn't fully understand at the time, a promise that I would fail to fully keep, but it's something that I hope I've been working towards. Our next song refracts a very different aspect of justice than our first couple songs. Anthony's choice of this song is a prime example of why I choose All Souls as my community of revolutionary love. Anthony knew that the message of justice today needed the tempering of this piece. We needed to see how the light of our ideas of justice would refract off this piece, as well as all the others, if we were to have a full experience of that theme, justice, today. Because we don't take the pat answer, we don't take the answer handed down, especially when our collective liberation is at stake. So he found and lifted up this voice of wisdom. And this song is based on text from Maya Jackson, who at the height of the strength of the Black Lives Matter movement knew of our ability as a culture to recover too quickly. In 2016, responding to the violent deaths of Philando Castile and Alton Sterling, she warned and advised those like me who she knew would struggle to sustain the struggle. The composer Dale Trumbore combined the difficulty of Maya Jackson's message with an arrangement that finds the beauty in the discordant, power in the cacophonous, and hope in the deferred resolution. The text reads, "What would we do if we didn't have the privilege of being distracted? I know we must honor our personal lives. I know we must not live in darkness. I know we must celebrate the grace in our humanity. To keep our lungs from collapsing, we must breathe in hope. And so have I, taken in joy and beauty and selfishness and frivolity and laughter. We are wonderful humans. We find the light. But I fear the moment passing. Already distracted from the fire, though the smoke is still filling our lungs. This is going to sound wrong, but I hope this pain lasts. I hope that it holds. I don't want to heal just yet. We have become experts at recovery. I hope we become expert at revolution." That's the poem. That's the text. Our service this Sunday will resolve in soaring, hopeful, majestic major chords, reflecting our shared vision of justice rolling down. For this next song, however, please join us. Allow the haunting discord to strike us in the heart and remind us of the radical acts of love and revolution that we are called to enact and sustain. I hope that it hurts. I know it will hurt. But I have noticed that my capacity to meet that hurt with an open heart expands as I work with others to oppose the causes of that hurt. It expands as I work with others to heal all of us harmed by it and to build community strong enough and capable enough. Build a sense of community that encircles widely enough to ensure that all of us who would live outside of that oppression can. As we sing this song, I invite you to breathe with us, to hold the pain and the difficulty with us, to allow all of us the grace that we all need, but to hold that difficulty and to breathe in hope together.
I am Bill Rainey, a member of All Souls since 2006. I'm also a member of the choir, and for more than a decade, my wife and I taught Sunday school, two communities of this church that I hold so dearly that have given so much to me. I'm here to ask your support for those two programs today. Long before I came to All Souls, I was active in the ACLU of Missouri. My day job is being a constitutional lawyer, and I've always cared very deeply about the Bill of Rights. But my work was with the First Amendment, not other rights, especially those associated with privacy, like reproductive rights, gender identity, or who you love. Above, you can see the right to privacy not guaranteed by the Constitution, says Supreme Court Justice peeking in bathroom window. Out of Florida, of course, everything crazy comes from Florida. Supreme Court Justice Samuel Alito stated, "In no way whatsoever is the right to privacy explicitly upheld by the U.S. Constitution," as he tried to jimmy Daltrey's window ajar with a penknife. Okay, slide 2. Of course, it's a joke. That's from The Onion. But the frustrating thing about this joke is how true it actually is, both for Justice Alito and in general. Things that we widely accept, like the right to privacy, are not accepted by everyone. They love privacy for their hallowed rights, but not so much for ours. We have to fight the same rights over and over, and it is frustrating and disheartening at times. Next slide. In about 2007, I was on the board of directors at ACLU, and we were approached by a person in rural Missouri who was denied a marriage license, simply based on the discriminatory views of the county clerk who worked that day when my client applied for her license. I didn't know I knew any trans people back then, but I didn't see the government role in deciding who could marry who. That was for the marrying individuals, not the government. With the help of a colleague, we quickly got our client the marriage license so she could marry who she wanted. Not much of a fight either. The people on the other side hadn't figured out yet that this was their chosen battle, I guess. 20 years later, things have changed. These issues now involve much more of a struggle, as some people have decided to scapegoat a minority that they think can't fight back or doesn't have enough support to matter. Something else has changed, though, as I have come to know a community here at All Souls who are willing to join the fight for justice, not just for trans rights, but in the fight against homelessness and hunger and racism and many other injustices. It might not have changed that we have to fight these fights repeatedly, but at least we have each other to lighten the load. Next slide. As Langston Hughes wrote, I dream a world. And now I add my words to his. I dream a world where we no longer have to fight for justice over and over again. I dream a world where justice for all people, weak and strong, is realized. But I live in a world where we do have to fight over and over again. But the world is a better place because of you, the people who choose to join me in this fight. The offering will now be graciously given and gratefully received.
I dream of thank you to everyone here today and to this congregation for your amazing support for our choir program. And thanks especially to Anthony and to our wonderful musicians and to our section leaders. I feel like we all really needed this today. We have had quite a 2026 so far, right? Every week has brought assault after assault to our Unitarian Universalist values of interdependence, pluralism, justice, transformation, generosity, and equity. These calculated attacks on basic decency have created for many of us a whack-a-mole of outrage, be it the state-sanctioned murders in Minneapolis, the disappearance of children and families from communities, the opening of protected lands to desecration and environmental degradation, and this past week's further stripping of voting rights, protections, or our country's current perpetration of an illegal war. All of these create wounds in this war against creation. Whitman's drums whirring and pounding and the bugle's louder blow. Grief is a logical response to these wounds. We are experiencing collective trauma, and even those of us who are protected by privilege are not immune, but we hide from grief. Some of us doom scroll, and others put their heads in the sand, and still others seek escape, maybe through an extra glass of wine at night or through some comforting retro TV. Writing in this week's New Yorker, Brady Bickerwood describes the memification of horrors and the creation of AI slop as a form of nihilistic disenchantment. And while I'm no one to dismiss the healing properties of a Golden Girls rerun or a good J.D. Vance meme, any cats on the couch followers here, especially when we see how it flattens our outrage, who benefits from that, especially when we see our own government joining in. But deep down, we all know that our attempts to outrun or hide from grief only lead us to tolerate greater and greater injustices. And we are a tolerant people, right? We're encouraged to be Kansas City nice, or what CBS News executives these days might describe as giving time to both sides. But repressive tolerance does not bring about justice or save us from injustice. The philosopher Herbert Marcuse asked the counterculture of the 60s, some of you may remember this, to fight against an ideology of tolerance which in reality favors and fortifies the conservation of the status quo of inequality and discrimination. Our liberal ideal of tolerance only works when the ideas we are giving space to are grounded in reason and ethics. We do not have to tolerate the fatal abuses being done to the climate and the dehumanization of our neighbors or the bankruptcy of our children's futures. For wretchedness to hang its head and not prevail, we have to stay awake, aware, and unnumbed. But that forces us to be open to grief and to leave the wounds open, as Maya Jackson's poem suggests, to feel the pain and move not to recovery, but revolution. And here at All Souls, we are so lucky to not have to grieve or to act alone. Our grief can be communal, just as our work toward justice can be through and with this community. Within our community, we have friends working toward climate justice, justice for our immigrant neighbors and unhoused friends, justice for our LGBTQ plus beloved, justice for children and the poor, justice for our Black and brown friends. Here at All Souls, we can walk forward with our wounds open, our grief visible, and our actions supported as we work together for justice and the beloved community. Through us and from us, let justice roll. Amen.
Somehow I thought we were singing a hymn. All right. We release this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Two things. First, in order to deal with the parking situation, some cars kind of had to pull into the parking lot, and so just be patient as people get their cars out of the way. Also, after the service, noon-ish, but it probably is going to be more like 12:05, I invite any visitors to join me for an informational session about All Souls and Unitarian Universalists that I call UU Basics. Please meet me in the library. There are signs to help you find it down that hallway.
Thank you for being here today and being so receptive to our message. I want to thank our visitors that we have Steve Malloy on trumpet, our good friend Todd Barnard on drums, and special guest today is our new friend Peyton Bolt, who came in and sight read a lot so that Shanna could be at tech at the rep. So we appreciate that. And I want to say thank you to the whole choir. Y'all are amazing. And I appreciate every one of you. And I appreciate all of you. This program means so much to so many people. And shameless plug, we're going to have a pop-up choir on May 31st. So if you're the person who feels like, I can't go every Monday, I can't come to practice, come May 31st, and we're going to practice in the morning and do a service. So come be with us then. I want to repeat Langston Hughes' words. We dream a world where everyone is free, where wretchedness will hang its head in joy, like a pearl attends the needs of all humankind. Of such we dream, our world.
Our world, which we are called to create.